Night and no one on the streets, and suddenly the girl runs through the forest. She is sad, she cries, but the reason for this is not known. All her eyes are in tears and her soul is not at rest. She recalls that her woman scolds and insults, but we do not yet know who it is. The woman calls her an insect and a disgrace like her own mother. Suddenly, a woman hits her sharply in the face and she yells at her saying that she is lying to her and she is dirty. There are big scratches on her face. She remembers all her past, how acquaintances mocked him. The girl turns out to be the illegitimate child of Baron Berg, and her mother has died. She was quite a famous person in the entertainment districts. There are scratches on her face and they hurt very much. They almost bleed, and at the same time she cries, not knowing what to do. Fortunately, she has a magical hand that heals by touch. She puts her hand on her wound and it begins to heal and gradually passes. She gets up and is about to leave when suddenly she hears a terrible sound behind her and a red light that enters her eyes. She turns around to see who it is. She looks at the leaves and at that moment they dried up for some reason. She is at a loss what is happening and thinks that there must have been a fire in this forest. And suddenly she sees a terrifying red dragon. He was all hot and burned like lava. Everything that was next to him burned to the ground. She approaches a huge dragon to see what happened to him and what kind of mythical creature it is. She approaches and sees that the dragon is bleeding and he is injured. Something happened to him and no one helps him. The girl comes up to help him and suddenly the dragon opens his eyes and looks at her. Abruptly he gets to his feet and continues to look at the girl, making terrible sounds. The girl pulls out her finger and wants to help the dragon with her magic, heal him. She asks the dragon if his wound hurts and she offers to help him. The dragon is angry and screams at her. The girl does not understand him but wants to help him as soon as possible so that nothing hurts him. She puts her magical hands to the evil dragon and begins to heal his wound. The dragon gradually gets better and he calms down. But the girl does not have enough strength for such a big wound. She heals her and she gives all her strength to the wound to the dragon so that it becomes faster, better. She continues, but she doesn't succeed so quickly. In truth, the girl wants him to feel better because she knows what a strong pain is and experience these feelings. She continues to help him with her magic and suddenly falls to the ground due to the fact that she has lost all her strength on the dragon. The dragon looks at her and does not understand what is happening to her. He carefully looks at the girl and is still at a loss. The girl is lying on the floor and apparently she is very ill. She has lost all her energy to heal the wound. And suddenly the dragon in a sharply mythical way turns into a man. He becomes an attractive and very handsome guy. He kneels to help the girl recover and says how fearless you were that you approached such an evil and burning dragon. The girl, having heard the voice of a man, opens her eyes since she did not think that the dragon could turn into a man. She does not understand what he is saying and the guy takes her somewhere. He becomes an attractive and very handsome guy. It turns out that this was a prehistory. 10 years have passed since that moment. She is already mature and she is being married to the king, but she does not want this. The maids dye her for the king, style her hair, and make her beautiful for a man. She is very sad because she does not want this and she will have to put up with it. The maids dyed her hair and it turns out that the dye was too strong and almost killed her hair. The other maids whisper among themselves that the girl did not turn out beautifully and no one needs her anyway. She has golden hair and it's all because of the king's wishes, because he loves such hair and wants his wife was like that. The maids continue to whisper among themselves. They think that the king will kill her because she's a concubine and gets bored with one woman. The girl is very sad. She understands that she was sold to the old king as soon as she was 20 years old. She cracks her fingers due to mirrors and she's very uncomfortable. She should have run away that day 10 years ago with that dragon, but she didn't and now she regrets what happened. Her maids paint to the fullest, apply powder, and do whatever they want with her. She is sad. She wants to leave this place as soon as possible, but it just won't happen. She sneezes and turns out to be allergic to the powder, and the maids still do their job. Several hours pass, it has already been made up and shines like real gold. Madam comes up and she still doesn't like the girl's face. She says that she is a freak and scolds, saying that the king will definitely not like you. He will kill you if he sees such a freak. Madam's son comes up and wants to show her what he brought. He has prepared a very big surprise and it turns out to be a chest of gold. The mother is at a loss. She asks him where he got this, to which the guy replies that he robbed the grave near the border of the Tear. It was full of gold. The mother is shocked. She yells at him and asks questions. Is this from Thayer's grave? Are you saying you came back from robbing the tombs of Thayer's ancestors? She continues to scold him and screams when suddenly